morning, you guys, and happy Saturday. At least it's Saturday for me. I'm not sure about y'all, but regardless, it's always a great morning for pancakes, which is exactly what we're doing today, but a slightly less bad for you version. I'm not gonna lie and say that these are healthy because they are pancakes, but you'll see. So let's just dive right into the ingredients. Okay, so the key to these pancakes is this grain-free paleo flour. Now this you can use literally for pizza crust, pancakes, any kind of baked goods really. There's actually a recipe on the back of here for pizza crust. But anyways, get that at Kroger, H-E-B, whatever. It is, like I said, grain-free, which is just a way healthier alternative to like an enriched flour that's sprayed with like pesticides and basically all the bad stuff you don't want in your flour. So this is what we're rocking with today. I suppose you could use almond flour if that's all you have. But other than that, we've got 2 eggs, some maple syrup. This one just happens to be tinted with cinnamon in it, which is super good. But if all you have is regular, then that is perfectly fine. This is typically what I use. It's just a regular maple syrup and then add cinnamon in there. If you don't have either, but you have some monk fruit, then do about a teaspoon of this. We're gonna do a tablespoon of maple syrup for some sweetness, but just know you have options there. And then we just got some vanilla, some peanut butter, which works really well in this recipe. You can't taste it a whole lot. It works, trust me. And then we've got some baking soda. I'm gonna do a ½ teaspoon of that. Like I said, some cinnamon, but if you're using a cinnamon maple syrup, then you probably don't need the cinnamon. We're gonna do a 1/4 teaspoon of that. And then of course some milk to kind of mix everything together. Now, of course, before we take care of the dry ingredients, we're gonna just mix together the vanilla, peanut butter, syrup, and the eggs. And of course also the milk. This is definitely my favorite pancake recipe I've found, yet also, I'm gonna throw all that vanilla in there, yet also created, because it doesn't use bananas. I feel like so many healthy recipe alternatives for pancakes call for bananas, and I love bananas, but you can just taste that it's not the same at all. Like it does not work the same like a normal pancake recipe. So this instead uses peanut butter. There's a big cinnamon stick in this. I'm trying like not to get it. I've got a tablespoon of maple syrup and of the peanut butter. 2 eggs and the vanilla. The recipe I have says a teaspoon. I typically do like a teaspoon plus because I don't think you can have too much vanilla. Now for the milk, start with a 1/4 cup, but I would just start with less first. And then when we get the dry ingredients in there, if it's like super thick, then we can of course add more. Now the flour, I said a ½ cup, but I feel like I always end up adding a little bit more flour. So a ½ cup to 3/4 cup is about fine. It's really a consistency thing. Alrighty, that's all mixed up. Now simply the flour, the baking soda, and then we are all done, good to go. I'm gonna heat up like a griddle thing that you make pancakes and stuff on. You can do it on the stove as well. I've done that before. It's just really whatever's easier. And now the baking soda. If any recipe calls for either baking soda or baking powder, I feel like it's a baking recipe, which you guys know I'm terrible at and I don't enjoy, but this is so simple. Even I can make it and not mess it up. I messed up blueberry muffins like 2 weeks ago, so there's that. Now this is really thick, like super thick, so quite simply just add more milk. All right, the consistency looks pretty well perfect to me. Last touch is just a little sprinkle of salt, like literally an 1/8 teaspoon, like not even a full 1/4, just a little bit of sea salt will work. Now I'm going to heat up the griddle thing I was talking about, and then we can make our pancakes. Okay, so this is our little pancake griddle that we've had literally forever and ever. So if you don't have one, just cook them on like medium heat in a skillet with a little olive oil, or I'm using coconut oil, but any kind of spraying oil works. This is on about like 350. This doesn't cook real even, so we shall see. This makes, I think, like 6 pancakes, depending on the size, but I'm just gonna do little dollops here. And then they obviously don't take long at all. And I'm sure most of you guys have made pancakes before, but when these little bubbles start to appear and they're almost ready to flip, I don't think that one's quite ready yet, but just be on the careful lookout for that. Yes. I'm telling you, it's a crapshoot every time I flip pancakes. I'm not the designated pancake flipper in the family. Not bad. Now these do look like they're cooking burnt, but I am definitely not one to like any hard, crispy edges on any of my pancakes. I just think that's wrong. If you want that, I feel like you should just make a waffle. But if you see that with these, I don't know exactly why, what it is, maybe something in the ingredients, but they look darker, just the way that they cook. But there's nothing wrong with them, so don't think that they're burning. Also, if you guys are a lot more talented than I am, you can try to squeeze all of them on here in one batch. I just don't trust myself to take care of that many pancakes at once. So we're gonna do a few batches. Okay, you guys, they are pretty well all done, but you know, the most important part is the presentation part, because you gotta eat with our eyes first, forever and always, because food just tastes better. It is what it is. These will need reheated, honestly, but it's okay. So I'm just gonna arrange them like this. Ta-da! And then if you want some fresh berries on there, you can. I have some blueberries and raspberries. Some people like chocolate chips and all kinds of other things mixed in their pancakes. I don't. I really don't like any topping at all, but a lot of people do. And I'm making several others than just this, so we're gonna have fun with these. Now, powdered sugar, we're going against the grain here. It's not healthy, but it looks pretty, so I'm gonna just, you don't have to do this at all, but I'm just gonna sift a little bit, kind of like sprinkle it. Let's see. You're really supposed to crank this thing, but I don't want too much, you know? Like, oh man. Oh, it looks cute. Hot damn. Okay, that's good. That's good. I don't want to ruin it. Wait. Sweet. Yay. Okay. Now for the magnificent berries. I rinsed some blueberries already. Also the raspberries. I'm just going to arrange them so they don't look, I don't like that one. Just throw them on there. Arrange them the prettiest that you can if you wish, but the pancakes are the star of the show, so I'm not too worried about it. Ta-da! I really outdid myself on this one. Those are actually like pretty looking pancakes. And there you have it. So pretty healthy pancakes as opposed to literally every other kind. Pro tip, don't forget to warm up the maple syrup. I guess not a lot of people warm up the syrup. They just put it on there cold, which doesn't make sense to me, but you do you. It is Saturday, so cheers. As always, I really hope you guys enjoy these. Definitely love them. Not going back to the old pancakes that make me feel like crap. So I really hope you guys like these as much as I do. And until next time.